want to start an organization. Maybe I'll ask Barry Weiss because she's so good at starting things. I want to start an organization for students who don't go to these schools. Like, we have to find schools like maybe University of Chicago, although they're not as great as they used to be, but they're better on free speech. Maybe University of Florida, where Senator Ben Sasse just put out the perfect letter responding to the violence in Israel against the Israelis. The perfect. It's not hard. Read his letter and then do that, university professors. Where we find the universities that they don't have to be right-wing, but that are just still reasonable and actually do promote free speech and don't hire terrorist sympathizers. And then we encourage people to send their children. Don't go to Harvard. Don't go to Berkeley. Don't go to Columbia. Don't go to these schools that are foisting this stuff on your kids and trying to indoctrinate them in leftist ideology, hateful leftist ideology. You go to these other schools. And then, in my idea, my new organization, you guys can help me do it. And what we do is we go to those schools and we become a funnel for the schools who are at these allegedly second tier, but actually first tier universities, to the Apollos of the world, to the Winston and Straughns of the world, to all these global firms that are normal, but have been sucked in by they have to come from Harvard, but are secretly realizing, no shit, we don't want the ones from Harvard. It's a nightmare. And we help them. You know what? Oh, you're amazingly smart. Oh, but you're Asian. At our firm, that second line won't be there, right? Oh, but you're a white guy. Oh, it's like back in like the 1950s. We hire whites. Only this time you mean it as an affirmative action program. It's insane, right? But like, we need some sort of a funnel that makes it okay for these students to reject these asshole schools and go to a school that's not going to indoctrinate them and know that they have an Apollo waiting for them on the other side.
Yeah, I mean, I think for a long time, it's been a concern of what social engineering is taking place in the admissions process. Harvard was sued by Asian students and families because they've essentially been extremely racist in their admissions process. They said that Indian people don't have a likable personality, so they would downrank them based on that. Even though they could have a perfect SAT score and a perfect GPA, inherently they said there's something flawed about these Asian students, so we don't want them here. So the fact that universities are doing this kind of woke social engineering means, let's say you have a graduate of a med school from one of these places. Do you think you're getting the best possible care? Or is this someone who wrote an essay that appealed to the BLM, admissions officer? So now in the end, you don't know what you're getting out of these schools. So that level of quality that used to be associated with, they're an Ivy League graduate. Now it's like, what? Are they a terrorist? Do they support Hamas? You don't know what you're getting there.
Well, I mean, this Rhino Workman, who was the head of the Student Bar Association at NYU, who now got her offer withdrawn from Winston and Strawn. She was clearly, to me, a diversity hire because she sounds like an idiot. So I don't know how else you get in NYU law. You must be a diversity applicant, whatever. And she goes by they, them. So the irony of this idiot supporting Hamas as a they, them. It's like that gays for Palestine thing online where people keep tweeting, who's going to tell them? Guess how it would go for you, Rhina.
They want to throw you off Gaza. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. I mean, that is sort of the strangest part of this leftist ideology is the cognitive dissonance that these people can operate in. And it's because they view the entire world as intersectional that they can somehow yada, 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 the really important part that no, there are some principles that are supposed to matter in a Western liberal democracy. And they just form these coalitions of things that are completely divergent, right? And I mean, it goes back to what we talked about earlier in the show, where there's a lot of people who are prominent Democrats who happen to be Jewish who are appalled by this stuff. It's like, wake up. Who did you think these people were?
Exactly right. By the way, just a couple of great ones out of the Babylon Bee. All right, stand by. Here's one. Palestinian flag outside of Rashida Tlaib's office, seen throwing pride flag off the roof. That's one. Here's another one from the Babylon Bee. Harvard student leaves lecture on microaggressions to attend Kill the Jews rally.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
They have such a good ability of capturing the absurdity. Guess what costs Americans about $11 billion a year? The flu season, which is now. Kids get sick and they miss school. Parents miss work and then get sick too. Now you can add in COVID, whatever variant we happen to be on. That is where EnviroCleanse comes in, the new science in home air purification. EnviroCleanse captures and destroys flu and COVID viruses from your home, plus bacteria, toxins, mold, and allergens. EnviroCleanse technology is so powerful, it was chosen to purify the air systems on board Navy ships and subs. EnviroCleanse helps keep our servicemen and women healthier. And EnviroCleanse is the only home air purifier that promises you and your family better health by helping clear your home of cold, flu, and COVID viruses. We got you a 10% discount. To try it out if you like, go to ekpure.com and use promo code Megyn. That's promo code Megyn at ekpure.com. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.